Welcome back to Diamond in the Rough with Lance Lynn sometimes. Lance is actually here.
Today is sometimes.
It's been a whole month without you. People think that you don't want to be here. So look in that camera right there and tell them how bad you want that one.
Camera.
And tell them how bad you want to be here.
So bad.
And you love the podcast so much.
She kicks me out.
Going sideways.
Doesn't let me do any of the fun interviews.
Do you want to be here with my mom?
We can get her saying stuff though.
Yeah, you can. She talked about you actually.
That's who she is.
Okay, hold on. This is perfect because we can talk about this a little bit. Why were you so adamant to meet me?
Oh, is that
a stranger
the story from the
on her phone?
Yeah, I don't know. No, met her that night. She's crazy, obviously.
Yes.
But we were having fun. I got to know Barry a little bit, and then it was just kind of one of those things where, why the hell not? You know?
You messaged her on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't even have Facebook anymore.
I know, but you did that. That seems so out of character for you.
Yeah, I just thought you were beautiful. I figured, why not shoot my shot?
Look, he's like quivering. He can't even compliment me.
Why not shoot my shot?
Well, it was a very old photo. She scrolled way back.
She was having trouble. She's like, hold on, give me a second. Okay,
That's terrible.
How many pictures of your kids?
She's such a dick. No. Yeah, if y'all have watched the episode with my mother, that was a journey. She kind of clammed up on me a little bit, which was...
It's surprising, but it's not at the same time for her.
She's not as... wait, I don't know how to say this. She's not as, like, comfortable with being vulnerable like I am.
Makes
like
sense.
I love emotions and feelings and mental health and self-awareness. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't possess any of that.
Yeah, she's got that.
She has no anxiety, no fear. What else does she not
That's
have?
that Johnson side. I mean, we've already seen Danny. So
I don't know where I came from, truthfully. But
everything
that
all
like
the anxiety
Danny
they don't have, they give it to you.
Honestly, you're right. She has no anxiety. Like, she really thinks I'm stupid when I talk about it. She used to make fun of me all the time. She'd be like, oh, you got that anxiety. And I was like, I'm not going to cry over that right now. Thanks. But she really doesn't have any. So, but it was interesting to see how she was like, why are you trying to get me to talk about my feelings right now? I'm not going to do that.
That's the point.
Yeah. That's the whole point of the podcast. But she did say a lot of good things. We talked about, Prince.
That was a funny story.
We talked about that.
For you too.
In the face.
Yeah.
The fishing tournament coming up, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
I'm on pace to be here for that.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. A lot has happened in the past month. And then a whole lot of nothing has happened in the last month as well. So give us an update on baseball.
On baseball. I think the regular season's about to start in Tokyo tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
Heck, I haven't been keeping up.
Are the Dodgers not tired? I'm tired watching them. They go.
I mean, when you look at the World Series last year to like, it feels like it was right in spring training and then the first game in Tokyo. Yeah. But when you have, probably the biggest superstars.
They have a super team.
In baseball.
They're like the Power Rangers that like morph together is how I see it in my head.
That's one way to look at it. I would never look at it that way, but
I feel like that's a really good visual.
I see it for you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, go on. You're our in-house expert.
Yeah. When you're looking at with the Japanese players they have, it's a no doubter that they start over there and they're playing the Cubs, which has a Japanese starter too going. So they'll have two Japanese starters starting the first game of the regular season in Japan. So it makes perfect sense for those two teams to start it over there. So, and then after that, they got to come back home and go back to spring training for a week, I think. So that's
how do you do that?
That's pretty miserable. It's like, I liken it to when we did the WBC and had to go back for my last start in spring training.
That was stupid.
Oh, it was the worst week of my life.
Yeah.
I was like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
But
would you say, and this is probably going to get people in trouble, that you jack around a little bit in spring training?
I say you jack around, you are definitely, I'll call it tinkering. It's like, hey, you know what works, but let's see if something else works just for fun.
So you're just kind of working out the kinks. You're not giving it your all.
No, furthest
You don't want
thing
to hurt
from
yourself.
it.
You're like easing yourself into being able to
So
play a full game.
that's a weird question in this. Well, I say that's a good question because nowadays you see a lot of guys getting hurt in spring training. And I think the difference now compared to maybe when I first came up, when you're young, you have to show up ready to like make the team.
Yeah.
So there's a different feeling there. When you get a little older, you can ease yourself into it. You have a kind of a game plan and you learn what your game plan is to be ready for April 1st or end of March. But I think injury wise, nowadays is the reasoning for injuries is because guys don't know how to ease their way into it anymore. There's a natural buildup, natural intensity that your body has to get used to.
Yeah.
And if you jump right in and go, you're going to break.
Yeah.
And then I think bullpens in between and throwing in the off season has changed so much because everybody's worried about how hard they throw, how much their pitches break and stuff like that, when it doesn't matter because no one's in the box. So,
Yeah.
and then you do that all the time, your max effort all the time, you're going to break more. In my
I have
opinion.
a question.
Yo,
Do you think it's because assholes on the internet are like, oh my God, it's the second day of spring training and you suck already? You think that's why?
I find that the best time to suck ever is in spring training.
Well, yeah, it makes sense to me. You don't want to suck in
So,
the
yeah,
regular season.
Get all the runs and hits out
But
the way.
like people
then.
get pissed off about that.
Oh, they can,
Well,
they enjoy,
not very smart people.
who's to say they're not smart? They're just a little overzealous. Spring training, nobody gets an MVP for spring training. So calm down. And if they do, it doesn't matter. No one will remember it.
Okay. Things I remember from spring training is you getting kicked out of a game.
See, that's a good time to do it too.
I feel like we talked about that already
You don't
on
get
here.
fined. You don't miss the next start or anything like that. It's just
You
like
don't get fined for
it's
that?
just like, hey, be nice. I was like,
He
okay.
retired shortly after that.
Yeah.
I almost said referee.
Yeah, you come from a basketball family. It makes sense.
I hate sports. Okay. Anyways, that's not all the baseball updates. How does it feel to not be at spring training right now? We've done a lot of fun stuff.
I will.
Are you enjoying that? I am.
I will say that it is not hurting my feelings not being there.
Okay, but now be very honest. Are you having an identity crisis a little bit?
I think when you are used to, I think I've been in spring training for 16 straight years.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
long time.
So give or take. How old am I now? Yeah, I'm getting there.
I would never
Getting up
ask
there.
in
Right.
public.
So yeah, you're looking at, I've been in spring training since I was 21. So it's 16 years.
That's crazy.
So it's kind of like you have that feeling like, hey,
You're supposed to be somewhere
supposed
right now.
to be somewhere. Or I think once you get over that, it's like, all right, we're good.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. It's like you're so used to, all right, you got to get ready to leave for spring training and this time, pack, do this.
Yeah.
This is coming up. So
This is the most amount of time that we've ever spent at home
yeah. and
together.
I will say the more time I spend
Ever.
at home, the more time I don't want to leave it.
Well,
So
that's
it's-
good because there's a lot of projects that
Yeah.
I need a man around
The list
for.
is long for me to do.
Yeah, he put together a whole gallery wall for me.
Maybe I need to go to work.
No. Okay. Speaking of, you played with the Cardinals for 8
Yes.
years. What do you have to say about all this Cubs talk? And would you ever go to the Cubs?
It's a loaded question.
Can you be bought?
That's a loaded question. Maybe we'll have to find out if we can be bought.
Okay, but there are a lot of rumors.
There are a lot of rumors. There are
That
zero.
sound very legitimate, by the way.
Yeah, people would call us and be like, "Hey, heard you signed with the Cubs," and it's like I still haven't got an offer from anybody.
Wives
So,
on that team were like, welcome, welcome. And we're like,
yeah. So I think
we're
that's
not on that team.
that's
guys.
the day and age, right? I think everybody wants to be the first one to report something, this or that.
Yeah.
Where there has been no pen to paper, there's been no
There has been talks, though.
There has. I mean, yeah, but like
But
every
he's talked to a lot of people
every
this
week,
offseason.
every week a couple of GMs call and are like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
I'm doing great. How are you doing? You have
Yeah.
3 guys that went down on the injury list this week. Doesn't sound like you're doing great.
They're trying to big league in.
I think here's the truth of the matter is everybody looks for a value and they're trying to get the best value they can.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point in my career where I don't need to play. I play because I want to. And if the money's not worth it, I'm not going. Simple.
What a dick. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you enjoy playing and but there's also a value you put on yourself and a value for your time.
There's a value to being home as well. So
that's the weird,
you have to,
that's what you have to weigh. Is it worth going?
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, I'd go for minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was 21 years old, I was going for minimum. That's, I have been lucky enough and blessed enough to play long enough to where I can do whatever the hell I want. And I like that.
Yeah.
And it's got to be worth my while.
Agreed.
And it sounds like a dick thing to say, but it's also the truth.
Yeah, people are definitely going to think that you're a dick.
If you don't have to do it,
yeah,
you do it because you want to and it fits.
Yeah.
So far, nothing's fit.
Yeah. Well, stick around here, baby. I'll make a man out of you real quick.
Right. I got to learn how to drive my tractor, all kinds of stuff.
We got kids.
Soccer.
They'll make a man out of you real quick.
Soccer starting this week. It's just watching
Let's get
4 and 6 year old running circles, like just running circles, pick up
it's gonna be great.
dandelions. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Jack.
So are you retiring?
Men's golf leagues start on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
He's never going to be home. I don't even know why I'm doing any of this.
I mean, I don't
even know why I care if he doesn't go to work. You're going to be doing other weird stuff.
No, it'll be perfect. Girls go to school. Judge and I go to the golf course.
Oh my God. Okay. Well,
it's almost golfing season.
Since you haven't had a job.
Yep.
We've been on like 3 trips.
We've been on a couple of trips.
In like the last 3 months.
I've never been across the pond.
Yes, we went to Switzerland. We got to talk about Switzerland. That feels like so long ago.
It was.
We actually recorded a whole podcast in Switzerland with my friend Brandon. Mm-hmm. And it didn't work out very well. So I wasn't able to post it. And I'm upset about it. So we need to get Brandon back on. Yeah. But let's talk about Switzerland and why we went, because that was kind of weird. It was very random. Like we were asked on a Sunday and left on a Friday.
Yeah.
It was very spontaneous, which I like to operate like that. I used to operate like that before I had children.
Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday. You're like, hey, you want to? I was like, what? What if someone signs me this week? We went
to, well, it was kind of like an FU trip to you because you were like, if they don't sign me, I'll go to Switzerland and they can talk to me when I get back.
It was Super Bowl Sunday. Had no one signed me and there was no.
He was tweaking. Don't let him fool you. He was like.
I was like, all right, fine. I'll go to Switzerland.
Yeah, that's what it was. He was like, you can't get a hold of me? Call me when I get back.
Yeah, it was like, I had trouble hitting the confirm button on the reservation.
Yeah. You were tweaking about the trip a little bit too.
Pull the trigger.
Okay. Anyways, rewind. We went to a Nashville Predators game. That was our Christmas present to my family because we're trying to do more things together because we just love each other so much. And so we're trying to do more than just like buy presents for each other. We want to like spend time together. So we got a suite at the Predators game. Sorry, my brain's not
Bridgestone Arena.
Yes.
Great place.
And my uncle Jojo was supposed to come and he didn't come because he's lame as hell. Okay. So I had an extra ticket. So I called my friend Brandon, who you might know from David Yurman. He's the reason why I go to David Yurman events. And we talked about that when I interviewed him.
Yep.
Anyways, so he brought his husband and they were going to Switzerland that weekend for the next week.
Yeah.
Brandon works at David Yurman. His husband works at Tiffany's. So they were taking
You got it. You'll get there.
Taylor was taking his client to Switzerland on a private shopping spree. Okay?
Spree. Yeah.
Spree. And an event.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very bougie, very big deal. So Brandon's like, hey, you guys want to go to Switzerland? I'm going to be there walking around by myself because Taylor's going to be working the whole entire time. And we're like, are you serious? Because we'll do it. And so we ended up going and it was so cool. Like Switzerland, I'm done talking. I can't speak. Switzerland was never on my bucket list, but it's a very beautiful place.
No.
And we went to St. Moritz, and it was
Pretty.
bougie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to explain it in like the U.S. terms, but it would be
Bougie.
Yeah. Well, no, like where, like what kind of? It was a ski town.
Yeah,
It's
which
like,
I don't know why we keep going to ski places because we do
don't
not ski.
Yeah.
And
But now we got the idea to make our kids ski.
yeah, we're gonna take
Next
them and
winter.
teach them how to ski so that they can do fun things
Start
and not
'em
feel
young, they say.
weird. It was not giving Jackson Hole vibes. Like I wore my fur coats and I didn't feel like a loser, so that was cool. We went to a really cool event. There's a lake there that completely freezes because it's so effing cold. And they do horse races on it, and they do polo matches, and even there's like an old
The
car race
the next week. Yeah.
like the next week. So
What was that called? That was a white
white turf.
white turf was the
Yes.
horse race. So yeah.
So all these people come and they're dressed like crazy. I don't know if crazy is the word, but just like decked out in their furs and all that stuff. And we're watching horse races and people bring their dogs. And it was a very interesting experience.
It was fun.
We couldn't bet on any of the races because it was in, I don't even know what language it was. I'm just such an uneducated American. I need to travel more. But we were like, what does this mean?
Yeah, trying to figure out who the favorites were, all that stuff. It was
Yeah, it was weird.
weird, but it was cool. I mean, it was
Yeah. They
see
like
horses-
serve champagne to everybody. I was like, love it here.
yeah,
So that was fun.
that was a fun event there. I mean, we kind of just lucked into that one.
We did hear the ice crack one time under our feet, and we were like,
Yeah,
this is it for us, fam.
yeah.
We were like, didn't like the sound of that. Maybe we should go somewhere else. But no, it all worked out. It was cool. Definitely a cool experience. And we went bobsledding. Let's talk about that.
We did go bobsledding. So what was that? It's an old Olympic.
It's the only natural bobsledding track still in the world.
Yes, like their teams are there. Like the Olympic teams are there practicing year
Yes.
round, or right now, or whatever.
Yes.
When we were there.
And Lance was adamant that we needed to go
Yeah,
bobsledding.
I mean, when are you ever going to be able to go bobsledding again? You
No,
know?
I hear you, and I'm glad that we went.
The
but
only
also,
thing I could think of was Cool Runnings, and I was down.
word.
Yeah,
No, I hear you.
but they wouldn't let us push it off and run, so that pissed me off.
It did not piss you off.
Pissed me right
the
off.
last thing you need to do is face plant.
Jump in.
I would love to see you run and try and jump in a freaking bobsled. First of all, that thing's like
I would have said
a little
Cool
bullet.
Runnings.
You could have said that anyways.
Yeah,
You were trying to be a cool guy. That's why I wouldn't say anything.
I mean, not gonna lie, the tube's a little small for me.
Yeah, you're a little claustrophobic.
Not so much in that sense.
And you had a man.
I had a guy
leaned
behind
up
me. I
against
was in
your
between a guy, and then yeah.
Oh my God.
You got to tuck in there pretty good. That's amazing. They can run, jump in, and get tucked in.
They
like
didn't
that.
even run full speed with us.
They just
I
pushed
can't
us
even
off.
believe that they let people do this. Really, it's it could be bad.
I mean, if you got a bad back, you're not walking when you get done.
Well, okay. Let's tell the story. First of all, this man wakes me up
no.
at like 7:30 in the morning. I'm a wee bit hungover, okay? Because I'm on vacation. Mind your business. And we didn't even have like proper stuff to wear because
you need gloves and we need.
I didn't bring like
gloves
a ski jacket because I told you I'm not there to ski. I'm there to like be a snow bunny and drink Aperol spritzes in the freaking snow.
They said
okay,
no fur coats and no moon boots. That's the only thing she has.
that's the only thing I had. So we rushed to get a coat and shoes and all that stuff that I can wear in this thing. We get there and it's for the next day. I was so mad.
At least we were
had to
prepared for the
walk
next day,
back
you know?
down an icy hill 2 miles in the snow to get back to civilization.
We got coffee and we were up and at 'em. It was great.
Anyways.
In
So-
my defense, you got the email, so you should have checked the date. So
No, that's not how any of that works. You were very adamant. Why didn't you even email yourself? Who cares? Anyways, so then we realize that the day that we're actually supposed to go is an hour before we have to get in the car and drive 2.5 hours to go back to Zurich, which is we're spending the night there to fly out the next day.
yeah,
Now, mind you, the trip there from Zurich ended up to be 6 hours in a car because there was an accident on the highway in front of us, which I knew immediately that we were not in America because we were stopped on the highway and immediately people got out of their cars. They all talked to each other. They were taking their babies out of car seats. They were walking their dogs. Yeah. I was like, in what world do people in America, people don't get out of their cars? You will sit there for hours. And unless, like, it really reminded me on, like, you know, those, I don't know, was it like a Superman show? What's that thing? Something?
Smallville?
Yes. You remember, isn't the opening credits like everybody's like looking at the sky because something like is coming down? That's what it looked like. Like there was a meteor coming and everyone was out of their car talking about it. Like, oh. But no, it was just like, what else would we do? Just talk to each other. Crazy. So anyways, there was an accident on the road when we were on our way to St. Moritz. And it ended up, like, it was supposed to be a 2.5 hour drive. It turned into 6 hours. And I still don't understand why it was 6 hours. We never stopped to pee. We never stopped to eat. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So then tell me why me and this man go bobsledding, which is basically like you're in a roller coaster. Mm-hmm. How fast did we end up going? Do you remember?
We got to like 140 miles an hour, I think. 120, 140.
No.
We're over 100. They said
they do it in a different...
They said they get up to 160, right?
I don't know. If they try hard, I don't think they tried hard with us because they didn't want to kill us.
But we picked up some speed.
We did pick up some speed. Anyways, it's basically like being in a roller coaster. And it's fun until there are certain like turns. And he told me, he was like, you have to sit up straight and keep your head up or gravity will push you down. I was like...
Instant.
And I could not bring my head up. Like, and I was like, this is where I die.
Old
right
wicker
here.
lawn chair she folded. Right
I did. And it's the worst feeling in the world. Have you ever been on like the Gravitron at the county fair? And you're like stuck on it and you're like trying to move your head and you can't? It's like that, which immediately makes me feel ill. It's like, boo. So that happened and I was like, oh my God. A lot of turns and whatever, super fast. I was screaming and then I like lost my voice and I was just like, the whole time. I don't even know what you were doing. Snuggling with that guy in the back, I guess.
Yep.
It
was an adventure. I'll never do it again.
No, but we can say that we did it.
But I'm glad I did it.
We're practically Olympians now.
Yeah.
But it comes to a stop and I just like can't even talk. And they're like trying to get us out and because they have to take it back up the hill for the next round of people.
Put it back on the truck and I'm go like, back up. Yeah.
I'm like my soul left my body. I was like,
Yep.
So then we had to get in the car and drive immediately. Me and him were so ill.
You get a little motion sickness after that one too. We
should also say that the roads to and from St. Moritz are like the kind that you see on those freaking car commercials that are like choo, 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 choo. Like you're going up the hill, down the hill, whatever.
Because of snow and all that. Yeah.
Yes.
It was interesting.
Yeah. So I went to sleep immediately because I'm like, if I have to stay up, I will die.
Yeah.
And then I kind of slept on his lap, so he didn't get to sleep, and he was like green the whole entire time.
Once we got out,
he could have knocked me off. And
don't fall.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was our experience. So it was a good one, but it was a weird one.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah, we were just severely car sick, and then had to get on a 9-hour flight the next day.
Yes, but all in all, travel was smooth.
It was. It really was. It's not a bad place to go. I'm always concerned that there's not going to be a lot of like English. Like that brings me, remember my fear of like airports and stuff and how I'm too embarrassed to ask somebody if I'm like lost or confused because I think they're going to be like, ha, idiot, you can't work in an airport. That's why I'm like, I'll figure it out. So that's why traveling abroad is very daunting to me, especially if I had to do it alone. But in Switzerland, there was a lot of English. Everyone spoke English. Did they think we were stupid? Yes. Yes, they did.
There were a lot of been like, oh, you're American.
Yeah. No one looked at me or us and even tried to speak a different language, you know? It was immediately, hello. Like, we know you're American.
Yeah.
But it was fine. People were friendly for the most part. They were nicer than Jackson Hole.
Yeah, they were.
They really were. So, did they talk about us in a different language behind our backs? Probably.
Maybe, but at least they weren't rude to
Do
your
I
face.
prefer that? Yes. Yes, I do. So, yeah. That was very fun.
That was a good trip.
Yeah. And then what did we do? We came home. I got sick again. I got strep throat again, like I do after every trip that I ever take. I'm kind of waiting on it to happen now because we just got back from Florida. This was Lance's first spring break since 2005.
20 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Was it everything you wanted to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. We took the kids to 30A, Rosemary Beach. 10 out of 10 place. Take your kids
30A.
there. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
30A.
Yeah.
My sister went to Panama because she's in college and she's hot, and that's what hot college girls do. So we're like, let's take the whole family down there.
Yeah.
And we did.
We did. Kids behaved for the most part.
We did.
We drove it.
We drove it. We
Yeah.
really did it.
The old 15 passenger
We did
van.
bring the grandparents. My mom went, Barry went, Cruz went.
Yeah.
Really, the whole family went. JoJo, again, we tried to get
He bailed
JoJo to
on
go.
us.
He will not travel with us.
Doesn't leave the state. I've learned.
I know. So, which
Something he needs to tell
honestly,
us.
after being there, because we all stayed in the same house together, that would have been his worst freaking nightmare.
Yeah, he can't. There's
JoJo's
no
the
escape.
Irish goodbyer. Like, he shows up early, says hi to everybody, eats, leaves, and everyone's like, where'd JoJo go? But I don't
Gone.
even know why we ask anymore because it's very obvious that he's
gone.
like, peace. So,
Yeah, he's very good. He gets there first to make sure his parking spot's like in a spot where he can't get like.
he's very strategic.
Yeah, he's good. He's got it down.
Yeah. So, if he had to be trapped in a house with us for a week,
Yeah.
he might Irish goodbye and just drive home, and we'd be like, hey, where'd you go? And he'd be like, I'm back in Illinois.
yep, I'm
Couldn't
in
do that
Illinois.
for very
See ya.
long.
We've been for the last 8 hours. Yeah, I've been driving. Thanks.
Yeah, been driving. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a very kid-friendly place, which I love because I hate going places
Yeah,
that
it's
make
not-
me feel terrible.
Yeah,
for being a
Rosemary
mother.
Beach is not Panama City.
Panama City was a little bit different than I remembered it, which I won't go into detail because no one needs to know about that time in my life. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to know about that time in your life either. Didn't you go to Panama one time?
Panama.
Panama.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about it. See, he's immediately like, yep,
Was in
I
high
went
school.
too.
Never drank in my life. Nothing. Just didn't drink till I was 21.
Okay. Yeah, obviously. Anyways. Oh, we did go to this like zoo place, which was very reminiscent of Tiger King. It's just a Florida thing. You know what I mean? Wasn't Tiger King from Florida?
No, Oklahoma. But Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskin.
She was down there.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, her little sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, this reminds me of a story. Danny was with us. And Danny, again, he said on this very podcast, I like to shock people. I like to say things that's going to make you, right?
Yeah.
Twins right there. So anyways, we're walking through this little scary zoo, which really looks like all these animals could escape at any minute if there was like a disgruntled employee. You know what I'm saying? One of those situations. And there's a man, middle-aged man, walking around a children's zoo by himself, and he's wearing a teal outfit with white tigers all over it. So, as a mother whose children are present, I'm like, let's leave this man alone to look at the tigers. Come on, kids. In Danny's mind, he's like, hell yeah, brother. I want to
best
talk
friends.
to you.
We're
I'm going to
best
go
friends.
pet the tiger on your shirt.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like,
Come on, kids. Let's go pet the tiger.
yeah. So he takes my son over there and he starts touching this man. And I'm like,
You don't know him.
you don't know this man. He's here by himself in a tiger outfit.
Which is nothing wrong with that if that's your thing.
No, it isn't. But again, is there something that, I mean,
No. If that's your thing, that's your thing.
if that's your thing, that's your
But
thing.
there's no reason to approach said man unless
Well,
You have
he
a
takes
reason.
my sweet baby boy, my youngest child, and gets a picture with this man. So that is my story about that.
Yeah, that happened.
There's a lot of moments where I just had a lot of anxiety being with the whole entire family, and I love my family very, very much. But yeah, being with them for a week is an experience for everybody.
It was a fun week.
It was a fun week. We already want to go back.
Might be our spring break spot. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm happy you got to go.
Me too.
Do you have any other Florida stories?
No, I mean, there's like 72 alligators.
A lot of Ole Miss people there.
There was a lot of...
you ran into
an
college
ex-college teammate. Yep, Tim Ferguson, who's now a lawyer in Beaumont, Texas. Mm. So, yeah. So, if you need a lawyer in Beaumont, Texas, I recommend him. So, it's crazy. I haven't seen him in probably 8 or more years.
I'm literally looking for goggles, and I'm like, Lance, where did you put these goggles? Like, I'm screaming at my husband in public.
Yeah.
And I turn around, and he's in a full bro hug with someone behind me, and I was like, oh.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to keep looking for the goggles. And
that's what happens when you haven't seen someone for 8 years.
You're not a hugger, though. I've never seen you man hug anybody in my life.
So he was younger than me, too. He was a character.
You even have a twinkle in your eye talking about him right now.
He's funny. He's funny.
He but yeah, love me this much.
It was funny to... That's a lie. I mean, I haven't seen him in forever. It was kind of... We were like looking at each other like, no way.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah. So it was good.
Yep.
Good to see him. He's all grown up now.
Aw.
Yeah.
Keep that for y'all. I think that's all I have to say about that. Let me read my little notes here on my cutie little note cards.
What you got? Nothing?
Is there any other updates that we can give people?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
did you say that we were doing lively starting soccer?
Yeah, we've got soccer practice tonight for the first time. I'm wondering how that's going to go. Rumors got our first. They both have games Saturday, do they not?
I don't know.
Something.
I don't know. It's going to be very interesting.
What pre-K soccer is going to look like.
Hopefully it goes better than softball. Rumor did not like softball. And in her defense, it is a very boring sport.
Yeah.
You just stand there for a really long time while everyone else is hitting and having fun. And so we had a very hard time getting her on the field. And she would rather climb a tree. And all the parents were like, oh, there's that kid that doesn't play. And I even had a run-in with a parent at gymnastics one time because Rumor didn't want to leave gymnastics. So she was throwing a little bit of a fit, as a 3-year-old does. And this woman goes, oh, I thought I knew her. She's on our t-ball team. And I was like, oh, you're going to wait till my kid's having a fit to recognize her? That's really cute. And I was like, oh, yeah, she didn't like to participate in that either, does she? Ha ha. And she was like, oh, I should have not said anything. And I was like, no, you shouldn't have, you idiot. Don't come at me in a stressful moment because you will find a stressed out Dymin and she's not very fun. So anyways.
Yeah, that usually
so maybe I am a little bit stressed about the fact that we're playing sports. Also, and this does not go for everybody, some parents are too competitive very early on. Okay? And I hate when people are watching your kid, not knowing that it's your kid, and they're like, oh, that one's not going to make it very long. And I'm like, she's fucking 5. I would go out and play in the dirt because that's how boring this whole situation is. Carl, shut up.
Yeah, everybody's got the next professional
I'm
athlete
like, can we not just have fun?
Nah.
Yeah, give your opinion on kids' sports.
Let kids have fun.
Yes.
I hate the participation trophy. Don't get me wrong. I hate that.
I got a few participation trophies in my day. So.
But I also, like, you're not going to make it to the major leagues or professionals at the age of 4 or 6 or 8.
You're going to burn
10,
your kids out.
12. Let them play all sports. Let them have fun. Let them
When should you lock
grow.
in?
When should you lock in?
When? Like high school?
High school, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Like, and I would say, like, they got kids playing sports, like, so individualized at the age of, like, 10, 11, 12 years old. That's just outrageous.
Yeah.
I played all 3 sports, basketball, football, baseball, for as long as I could. And then I didn't start pitching only until I was in college. So,
Good to know.
and I stayed relatively healthy. It made me more athletic. It made me more diverse in multiple things I can do, not only as a teammate, but as a athlete. So, and that's my opinion. If you're going to, play all sports for as long as you can.
Yeah.
I did karate growing up. I did all kinds of weird stuff that wasn't just sports either.
What color belt were you?
I didn't get like too far into it, but I got a couple belts. I think I got 3 different belts, and then it was like,
Is it white,
what was it, like white,
green, yellow?
something like that? That sounds right. I got a couple.
Do you care to show us your moves now?
No, no, I don't care
Okay.
to do that.
Oh my God. Okay.
I remember I got docked a point one time in an event because I didn't make the
You
noise.
went to events?
Girl, that's how you level up in belt. Come on, ho.
Oh my God. I hate you so much. Okay. All right. Let's just have some fun with our questions now. Okay. What's something that we've been watching or binging on TV?
A couple different things.
What have you been watching that one show?
You hate all my shows.
His shows are stupid.
I've been watching Reacher.
Reacher.
Yeah.
He's a big
Yeah, he's jacked.
mother.
He kills everybody.
I've seen his butt more than I've seen him do anything else. Why is he
That's
naked
the
all the
only time you
time?
watch. I don't understand.
That's weird. These are manly shows.
I mean, they're trying to get the women involved. Sex appeal.
I don't want to just see a full moon
You
on
look up
my
and see bare ass
on
in
my
face.
TV. I've seen it a lot.
It's feel
I've
like
seen
that's
his
going.
ass more than I've seen my own.
Right on.
He's got nothing to say to that.
And then we are watching White Lotus.
Listen,
It's weird.
I don't know how I feel about this season, guys. The weird shit's happening. I don't want to give away spoilers to anybody who's watching, but I really like season 2. They unalive someone on season 2 that I feel like should have been on every season. And this one is taking a very long time to get poppin'. And not only is it taking a long time to get poppin', weird stuff. People are doing weird stuff. And it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Isn't that the point?
I guess, but I can't really remember like what they did in the last one that made me feel that way. I like the last
Yeah,
one.
everybody's got to go.
And who the hell is calling you? Is it the Cubs?
That's my agent, so maybe.
Oh, Kevin. Poor Kevin. Kevin's called a million
Yeah,
times.
to tell you nothing because there's nothing going
To
on.
tell you nothing. Not a damn thing.
Well, these teams checked in today. Well,
They just keep,
It's
they're
like-
just stalking you at this point.
right. I think that's the weird part about it. It's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm
Like, shit or get off the pot,
I'm
okay?
enjoying living my life.
See,
Anything
this is
else?
why you won't get signed right here because they're like, your wife has a podcast and she didn't shut up and you look like a loser.
Yeah, I've been meaning to
Anyways.
tell you they've been holding that against me.
What's a non-baseball goal you're both working toward this year? I like this question.
Non-baseball
A
goal?
non-baseball goal that we are working towards.
Oh man, I want to be. I want to be better at task-oriented things, knocking tasks out, like gallery walls.
Gallery
Yeah,
walls.
Yeah. So 1 for 1 so
Yeah.
far in the last 2 weeks.
Love it. So you want to work on being a person. Got it.
Real life. Yeah.
Yeah, a real life person.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's
A
time,
real
I
adult.
guess.
It's time. Yeah.
Getting to that time.
I got a job.
Bingo. I'm unemployed.
I
Somebody's
know.
got.
We're switching.
Well,
I will say
and
that has been a thing that has been plaguing
def-
me for a hot minute.
being unemployed.
Well, just
Me
knowing.
being unemployed.
No. I like your unemployment status personally. I like having you around. I do not feel like a lot of wives can say that. Truly. Because they're so used to their husband.
I'm
husband's
gonna leave
absence.
that one to you.
Huh?
I'm
Say
gonna
that
leave
again?
I'm gonna leave that one to you.
What does that mean?
I don't know what
Do you not like being home?
I do. Like,
Okay.
I was talking about you were talking about
Oh.
otherwise. So I was gonna leave that one to you.
Listen, we've met some people and we know they like their space. You're thinking of him in your head right now. That's not a problem. I'm not mad at that. We already know that I'm a codependent little bitch and I like having my mans around. Okay. I'm very self-aware. That's fine. There are independent bitches out there that are like, hey, you're harshing my mellow. You go to work. I'll go to work. Bye. And that works for them. That's all I meant.
Yeah. I got
Right?
it. Everybody has their skit.
Yeah.
Or their dynamic.
Literally,
Sorry,
everybody.
dynamic.
Yes. But I will say, as a person who graduated college and was dating you and really thought, it's my turn to make money. And then I was like, just kidding. You're going to wash Lance's underwear for the next decade. I have often thought, okay, when you retire,
I do my own laundry.
listen, I don't think that God was crafting my beautiful blue eyes, popping into my head and was like, you're going to do a great job at washing Lance's laundry for the rest of your life.
That was from that.
Thrive.
That was from that comedian. Remember? What's his name? This guy from Tennessee.
Yeah. What is that guy's name?
I don't know, but he was telling a skit about like, I had this thing ready for whenever we had a fight because I do my own laundry and everyone else's wives do their laundry. So I think I had a good card to play.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm mid-fight. I do my own laundry. Thought I was going to win the fight right then. It was over. You got to watch the skit. What's his name?
I don't know. I
We
know
just
who you're
watched
talking
it.
about, but I don't know his name.
That's why I said that.
Greg? Doug?
No. Is it Tim?
No. We suck. Anyways,
up.
moral of this
Start
story,
talking.
I don't think that God put me on this earth to be your bitch. So anyways, I've often thought like when he retires, like then it'll be my turn. And now it's happening and I'm like, oh shit. Now what do I have to do? I'm not a real adult and I'm realizing that
It's your
right
time
now.
to shine.
It's my time to shine. Not going well. Anyways, I did get a job. I'm working with my mother. She's training me on how to be a QIDP in her SILAs for the developmentally disabled. So it's been fun so far. But I'm in the very, very early stages. So
His name's Nate.
Nate.
How do you say that?
Gats. Sorry, sir.
Argatsky.
I don't know if that's right.
Z-E at the end? I don't know.
Anyways.
So yeah, that guy.
So those
He
are
does
our
his own
goals that
laundry,
we're
if you're
working
wondering.
towards. Lance is going to continue to do his own laundry and just be a real person, a real boy. Mm-hmm. Love that.
Done with that card.
Next card. What's been one of the funniest or most ridiculous moments in your relationship lately?
I got nothing. That's who you want, I think.
Mother. You don't have any funny or ridiculous moments in our relationship lately?
No.
I think we're just generally are very funny and ridiculous.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's just every day like that.
Huh? I don't think anything funny has happened per se. Watching you spiral's been a journey.
I bet.
Yeah.
Good thing I can't see it.
But you know it's happening.
Oh, it's in there.
You know it's happening.
Deep down inside, just bury it.
Honestly, you're doing better at talking about your emotions.
Am I?
Yeah. Listen. I had to crack this man.
I appreciate it.
And it's just now.
I'm like an onion. There's so many layers.
So many layers. It's taken till literally now. What's it been? How long have we been together? 7 years? Mm-hmm. And he's just now feeling
Just now scratching the
emotions.
surface.
Yeah. Look, see, I was talking to my grandma the other day because it took a long time for him to even like really laugh, like hard laugh. Like our first like year of our relationship, I really thought I was in trouble all the time because obviously I don't take anything seriously. And at that time he took absolutely everything seriously. And so it was a very strange little back and forth we had because I was like, this man might hate me because he doesn't laugh or smile ever. Do you think I'm funny now?
So funny.
All right, you're acting like Missy with your one-word answers.
No, you make me laugh.
Okay. Shut up, Lance. Let's see. People always ask how athletes balance marriage and sports. What's your take?
That's a tough one. They don't. Yeah.
They don't.
It's all about you all the time. And you try to think that it's not, like, in your brain. You're like, oh, look how great I'm doing.
In your brain, you feel like you're providing for your family, which you are, and that's very important, and we are all very grateful and appreciative. I think a lot of people don't think I'm grateful and appreciative, and they think I just bitch about things, but it's very...
Who said that?
Layered. There are people that think I'm a big dumb bitch, and that's fine.
No. I've never met them.
Okay. Anyways, continue on.
You try to balance it by being present when you are at home, as much as you can.
Yeah.
I think as my career went on, I got better at that. Like helping with the kids and this and that. And like when it was home time, it was home time. When it was time to go to the field, then you figure out how to lock it in.
Yeah.
As the day goes on, especially on your start days for like starters.
Yeah.
I know guys who literally are during the season they're about worthless as they can get at home, and that's like, they're like so locked into what they've got going on. They can't see anything else. So I get it.
And again,
it's
it
like
is important,
everybody has
and the
their
whole
own
family
dynamic.
has to be on board for to work.
It's especially during the season, it's every day. Here's the schedule. Here's what we got to do. I think we did a great job of finding our schedule, finding our way to work.
Yeah.
And then I think I had to realize that no matter what, I did with the kids or anything that morning, it didn't affect anything on how I played on the field.
Yeah.
Like those are two totally separate things.
Yeah.
And I know guys are like, well, I had to do this morning. And I'm like, bro, that's called fucking life. Get over it. And like, I think early on in my career, I wasn't good at that.
Yeah.
Anything in life. It was just like, I didn't want to talk to people the day I started.
Yeah.
Like my dad would call, I'd be like, what do you want, old man?
Okay.
I'd be like, hey, I'm just calling to tell you good luck. I was like, your text works just fine.
Oh my God.
How
he didn't have a soul before?
I think that you had to learn that it didn't, baseball, and that's your job, that's your profession, that's what you get to do for a living. And I was very blessed to be able to do that. But also, it doesn't mean you can't be a normal human being.
Can I say something on my side?
Don't you say it.
Well, from my perspective, I
just lied to everybody.
Lied? No, but getting into this relationship, like, I had expectations of what my future was going to look like and my marriage was going to look like as well. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't let you that sounds bad, but I don't mean like in a controlling way, but like I am very vocal with
what you need,
my needs. Like, he's not a mind reader. I know that. Ladies listening, this is for anybody that you date. They're not trying to read your mind. Okay. And you don't have to be an asshole with your delivery, but you could be like, hey, but that's been the most effective thing I think in our relationship is,
hey, here's where
my
I'm at.
honesty, again, because you don't talk about your feelings or what you need really most of the time. But I'm like,
yeah,
I'm going to need you to put those kids in the bath because I need 5 minutes. And if I don't have it, then everyone's going to be pissed.
Yeah. And I think that's what
like,
I had to learn is like, hey, I'm at work all day, but she's stuck at home with the kids all day. So she needs a minute too.
Yes.
Where it's like, you get home and you're like, I've been at work all day. I need a minute. And it's like, bro,
we really had to work together to achieve.
She'd be like, you literally been hanging out in your little clubhouse all day. All right. You're totally fine.
I have something else to say. Well, this is a deep topic. And this goes for just marriage in general. I feel like there was a marriage question on here too.
Our or maybe clubhouse is stressful.
You're what? Shut them. No, it isn't. Leave me alone. There have been times throughout our relationship where we have really struggled because there was a lot of like resentment on my end. You know what I mean? Like, particularly when you're postpartum and then your husband leaves and then he's going to steak dinners when he's on the road and he's going to your favorite restaurant and he doesn't get home till 11 o'clock and he's drank 2 bottles of the best wine and you're just like,
It's
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
called team bonding.
Yeah. Okay. And that's important. But like,
Don't rub it in. I get it.
but sometimes when you're deep in motherhood and you can't travel and your kids are in bed with you and your neck hurts and you can't turn it to the left and you wake up at 10:30 and I've been up since 6, it's hard. That's a hard part. And it's caused problems in our marriage before.
Oh, I mean, that's anytime. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. But the thing is, you have to work with each other. You're good about that.
I try.
You do try. And that's, I can tell.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See, look how happy it makes him. Look at all this joy in his face. Anyways. Oh, what's one habit of Lance's that drives Diamond crazy? Bitch, you are a symptom
dinners?
stealer.
Oh.
What were you going to say?
I said steak dinners.
That's one of them. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're a symptom stealer. I've had surgeries. I've had women problems. His ovaries hurt too. Could you believe it?
Whoa.
You know it's true.
That's
You
too
do
much.
it all
That's
the time.
too far.
And I never get
So I get some cramps
sick.
in my lower back every once in a while.
I never get sick to where I'm like down and out. But when I
Every
do,
month.
Lance will be like, yeah, I had that all last week. And I'm like,
I've got the strep again.
like he won't let me lay down because he had it last week and never told anybody about it. And then when I have it and I need to lay down.
I just tell you that. It's like, hey, I have that. You're fine. Let's go.
So not even true either because you never get sick.
Everybody's had that.
No.
Get up and get at them. Throw some Dayquil in there and let's get it.
Yeah. No. No. And you leave every cabinet open after you use it. So.
That is my thing.
That is your thing. But you do your own laundry, so that's
I do my
cool.
own laundry. Now, do I put it up?
All right, how do I piss you off?
50-50. You make me do my own laundry, one thing.
Listen, there are 5 people in this house. I'm swimming in laundry. Our laundry's never done.
It's never fully finished. It's
No.
amazing. How do you piss me off? I had one the other day that really got me going. I can't remember what it was though.
I hate that. I hate that you don't remember it. If you had to describe me in 3 words, what would they be?
Beautiful, wonderful, and amazing.
That didn't sound genuine, even a little bit. Oh, I know what you're going to say. You're stupid. Okay. This is a fun game because I wanted to play this one. Who knows who better? So you have to
win.
say the answer. Okay, so like favorite guilty pleasure snack, and you say what's mine.
I mean, was it your ice? You like chocolate in general, so it depends on which chocolate and what's in the house, right? Like ice cream, you're eating chocolate ice cream last night.
Yeah. Oh, tell everybody. I did. I made a big fat chocolate milkshake.
You did, yeah.
It was great.
So I would say that.
Okay. Your guilty pleasure snack. Okay. You like a Twix.
I do like Twix.
You like Twix. You like a Sprite. Did you ever peg Lance for like a little Sprite guy? He's a Sprite guy.
It's the only thing my grandma had in the house growing up.
Yeah. Sometimes you like a Mountain Dew when it's available. But we're not like big soda drinkers. But that's like, is a soda a snack?
Like an iced, like a crushed iced Coca-Cola classic out of a bottle.
Yep.
I can fuck with that.
Yep. Agreed.
That
What,
might
you
be
don't-
my, if I were to see an old school Coke bottle,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna fuck that up.
Honestly, I hear you. We should start buying them. What snack? Like you'll eat cereal sometimes. Here's a funny story.
Lucky Charms?
Yes. Okay, here's the funny story. This is how I knew that Lance was the man for me because I once dated somebody and I was eating like Fruity Pebbles one time and they were like, or I was like, hey, you want some? And they're like, no, I'm not a child. Like, are you really going to eat those your whole life? And I was like, Bitch, I might. And then one time I wrote down in my little prayer book, I just want a husband that will eat Lucky Charms with me or whatever, right? He does.
Yeah. I don't really put milk in things, so it's weird.
No.
I'll just pour it in a cup and just
Yeah. That's
eat
fine.
Lucky Charms.
That counts.
Yeah.
Most used phrase or catchphrase. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first? Something that I say all the time. I'll go first. Anything else? Anything else? He'll answer my question and be like, anything else? My pet peeves I just learned.
Huh?
What do I say all the time?
I don't know.
I got a lot, I feel. You don't know me at all.
And you do have a couple different things you say.
I say a lot of stupid things all the time. Honestly, I can't even think of my own catchphrases right now, so I'm not even mad at you.
Anything else wouldn't have popped in my mind for myself. So.
Oh my God, you say it all the fucking time. Like, I already cleaned that. Anything else?
I don't think that's catchphrase. I think I'm just being a dick.
No shit. All right. Who spends more time on their phone? I have an addiction, sir.
Badly.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't get out
I got
much.
the thing that bugged me. In the car for 8 hours. She's on her phone the whole fucking time for 8 straight hours. Judge is behind me saying, Mom, 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 Mom. And I'm like, do you hear him?
I really didn't. I really didn't. And I will say, I didn't hear anything in the back of the car. Like at all.
There we go.
Okay. Leave me alone.
There's your catchphrase.
Who's more competitive? And what's the worst time it showed? You.
We don't really. I'd say yes. I'm very much more competitive. And our worst time that it shows is not against each other, but when we play cornhole, she pisses me off.
I already told this story one time on here.
Still to this day, it pisses me off.
I don't even like that game. Literally, you keep putting me on your team, and I don't even want to be on it.
I don't ever put you on my team. Other people sign us up together, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm not trying to lose in the first round.
If your partner was in a movie, what genre would they be in? You would be in some stupid Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, like National Treasure. But
yeah, he
not so
loves
much.
Nicolas Cage.
First things first.
He will watch anything with Nicolas Cage in it.
You always have that one actor, actress. You're like, well, fuck, I got to watch it. They're in it.
Yep.
We
saw him one time in Puerto Rico.
Nicolas Cage was that guy growing up, and I don't know why. I don't know what movie started it.
He also likes Ryan Reynolds too.
Ryan Reynolds, because
Red Notice. How many times has he made me watch Red Notice?
But it also has The Rock in it and Wonder Woman, so you can't really go wrong with that one.
Oh, you're a fan of Wonder Woman?
Who isn't?
All right, what genre would I be?
Superhero, for God's sakes. You'd be romantic comedy,
You're right.
Holiday.
Holiday is my comfort movie. I've watched it 27 times.
Yeah.
Like when you don't know what to watch, and
Holiday's
you just go
your
back
Red
to it.
Notice. I get it.
Yeah, I'd like to be like a little Kate Hudson. Love her. Oh, we watched her show.
There's a new one we binge watched.
Running Point. That was a good one. Watch that.
Yeah.
What's something they always forget but shouldn't? I forget everything. Literally.
Yeah.
There was one time you asked me 4 times in a row what we had going on this week, and I was like, I just told you.
Sometimes it takes me a minute to process things.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That is cold.
Cold coffee.
Who takes longer to get ready?
You.
Yep.
And not only does she take longer to get ready, half the closet is out.
Lance uses all my hairspray.
I use a little bit. And
No.
I have
He literally goes,
I have big hair. I have heavy hair. It's very thick.
Shut up.
Okay. So sorry for having hair.
All right.
There's men out there that don't.
Don't talk about my granddaddy that way.
Yeah, he would love to have this head of lettuce I have.
The Lord knew he'd be too powerful if he had a head full of hair.
Yeah.
What's their ultimate dream vacation? What's my ultimate dream vacation?
I'm going to say South Africa. is your go-to, but I
That's
think
your go-to.
South Africa was you. That was what you always talked about. You want to go to South Africa. Or is it Italy? Paris? Like there's so
Paris.
many you've
It was
said you want
Paris.
to go.
I've been wanting to go to Paris for like 3 years.
You said South Africa one time too. Like, man.
I did. We're
yeah.
going to go there for your 40th birthday.
Oh, see, that's yours, but we're going for my birthday.
I want to go to Paris.
I want to do Italy for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like the whole boot.
Oh, should we talk about how you wanted to do the Italian league?
Whole fucking boot. Italian league starts next month. Should I go? Go play. I think it's only for like 3 months.
Okay, so we kind of hatched this plan a couple of years ago. You were in Texas when we came up with this, but we're like, when it's getting close to retirement, if you're not like super ready to quit or whatever, then we can go to Italy and we could just take our kids over to Italy because it's like significantly
You play like twice.
less.
You play like twice a week.
Yes.
3 times a week.
And it's only for what, 5 months?
Not even. I think 3.
Like 3 months, right? And you just go over there and eat
3
and
months.
drink and be merry in Italy. And so that was kind of the game plan. So recently we've kind of discussed that again.
Well, we just use it as a little tune-up, then come back the second half after the trade deadline over here. Be like a little trade acquisition for a team down the stretch. And then by that time, you can know who's going to be worth the shit or not. So you got a chance to win it all.
Okay, so he thought about this way harder than I have.
Just thinking about it. I mean, the Dodgers traded for me and paid me $8 million after the break. So maybe I can go get tuned up in the Italian league and come back and show off.
What if you
here in
don't
the
get tuned
States.
up? What if we just eat pasta and drink wine and we're just like...
Well, I mean, sometimes you got to enjoy your life.
I agree with that. I'm ready for the enjoyment part of life. That sounded bad.
Wow.
Not that I haven't been
No
enjoying
offense.
life. I already said I like having you around. You big baby. All right.
Maybe we can
More
go play in Japan.
rapid fire
I love
questions.
sushi.
Huh?
Maybe we can go play in Japan. I love sushi and I love sake.
Okay, I'm going to be very honest with you. That sounds absolutely terrifying to me. If I had to go over there and take all of my kids, again, it goes back to just me being generally afraid of everything. The lack of English,
Well, yeah.
you not being around,
Get you an interpreter.
me wandering around with all of my kids trying to figure out what to do.
In
That
Japan?
low-key sounds like my worst nightmare. I'm not even lying to you.
Yeah, it's a long one. It's a long flight too.
Yes. The whole thing.
It's like a day on the plane.
Yeah. That sounds scary too.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like my eyes are like looking very terrified right now. I'm telling that story. But really, I'm like, I'd need to be medicated.
You
probably.
watch Tokyo Drift one time, you're scared of Japan. It's ridiculous.
That's not even true because I really wanted to be that girl on Tokyo Drift because she was really hot. So I don't even know who that actress is. There was one time in my life where I was like, I could do my makeup like her and I'd probably look like her. I think I was like 13. So we don't have to talk about that though. But I really did.
I've seen all the Fast and the Furious too, if you're wondering. And they're getting
That
ridiculous.
is another thing that you've seen. How many are there? 12?
10-ish. And I think there's another one coming out. 10 point whatever they're calling it.
Okay.
10
Are The
and a
Rock and
half.
Vin Diesel getting along again? Are they family again?
Yeah, something
My
like that.
family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could swap lives with any celebrity for a day, who would it be?
Ooh. Are we picking for each other?
No, you can pick for yourself.
There's so many. Like, so when I think of a celebrity, though, I don't see like athletes as celebrities. Is that weird? I see like
No, I
movie
get that.
stars and stuff like that as
Why would
celebrities.
you switch places with an athlete if you are an athlete?
I'm just saying. So when people are like, oh, is there another
You want to
athlete?
be Tom Brady?
No.
You want to eat avocados all day long? We got some in the bowl over there.
No, I don't. I mean, I
It's a
do
shame
like
you
an
do.
avocado on my toast in the morning.
All right, pick a celebrity.
I would, man, now you got me locked in on.
This is supposed to be rapid fire.
Oh, sorry. Ryan Reynolds.
Ew, no one likes him right now.
I know. So you don't need to be loved.
What?
But,
If you were Ryan Reynolds right now and I was Blake Lively
Oh, man,
and
they're
Luke
in
would
it,
be
right?
Justin Baldoni and you would hate each other, Because we might be secretly in love
like
per you.
You have all these things. I just watch him on movies, and he seems like a fucking hoot.
Okay. I would be Margot Robbie. One food you could eat every day for the rest of your life.
You got nothing. Zero.
Nothing?
That you would want to eat the rest of your life? No, it would be. You would get over it.
All right. What's your like death row meal?
Ribeye, baked potato, lobster mac and cheese.
Ooh. All right. You surprised me on the lobster mac and cheese.
I mean, if that's you're going out, you go out with some lobster mac.
I would like fried chicken, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, your fried chicken.
Corn and some cornbread with a sweet tea.
Cornbread.
Don't forget it, with a lemon. What's your most embarrassing moment ever? I'm not telling you that.
Right?
I can't even pinpoint which one. I am a walking embarrassment. What's your most embarrassing?
Like all my like worst moments professionally are on camera. So
That is true. That is very true.
Just pick one.
What?
I would say when I like in the playoffs with the Yankees, when I like literally it was a little rainy, I slipped on the mound, busted my ass.
You fell?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, it didn't feel good. But that was, I'd say embarrassing, but it was just like, fuck, that hurt a little bit too. And it was in the playoffs. And it was a wild pitch.
When I think embarrassing, I think like pooping your white baseball pants.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Slipping is not embarrassing.
It was pretty embarrassing.
In my brain. Well, I guess sleeping in front of a lot of people is
pretty embarrassing.
Could be considered embarrassing.
Yeah,
but
you know,
I am a walking
40,000
embarrassment.
people or more in Yankee Stadium on national television.
Can you imagine if they all pointed and laughed?
Yeah. Or look at this piece of shit. Can't even stand on his own 2 feet.
Oh my God, you totally just went crazy on that one. I've had a lot of embarrassing moments in my life. I am a cringy person. I was a very cringy person in my 20s. I don't know. I every once in a while, do you just like live your life and then you think of something embarrassing and you just cringe of like things from a really long time ago? I do that on a regular basis.
Gotcha.
You don't do that?
No.
Does that make you mentally well or unwell?
I think that's just men.
Men just don't think they're embarrassing. Got it.
That, or they are like, it's just like, hey, it's in a chamber and it's never thought of again type thing. And then here's the present. And then never thought of again. Present.
Okay. Is that a men thing? Do you do that?
It's not far off.
Okay. Anyways, if you had to be stuck in a reality TV show, which one would it be?
Oh, man. What's that?
You'd probably be on Survivor.
No.
Would you win?
No. Absolutely not. A reality TV show?
Yeah. Jersey Shore.
No, I hated it. I never watched it either.
Cabs are here. It's t-shirt time.
What's like, would
Gym tan laundry?
reality TV is like also like Kardashians and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Which I would know.
You've watched the Kardashians.
You watch the Kardashians.
Not anymore.
Exactly.
It's been a couple years.
What was that? What Terry Bradshaw had one?
Oh yeah.
I liked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, that would probably be my one.
You just kick it with Terry Bradshaw all the time?
I think that I want to just kick it.
His show never came back, I don't think, did it?
No, but I thought that was a good one. So I like that one.
I like reality TV. What would I be on? There was once a time when I debated going on The Bachelor.
Trying out.
Yep. I didn't do it. I was 23. That's embarrassing. What's your secret talent that no one knows about? You're a good singer.
I'm not at all. I don't sing ever. So I don't know where you'd get that from.
You have a very deep, masculine voice.
Well, I mean, that's not singing. That's just talking.
No, when you sing, you sound
good. In a country
good.
accent.
You sound good. What's my secret talent? I feel like I have a lot of secret talents.
You're very, off the top of my head, just because you and our daughters are getting very crafty.
Crafty.
You're very good at. I don't even know.
I
It
like
would
to
be
paint
painting,
and draw.
drawing. Yeah.
Jinx.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't do any of that.
Some people say I'm the songbird of our generation.
Some people do say that, which is
Very
you.
Christina Aguilerian in the shower.
I haven't heard that note, but I believe you.
If you had to describe your personality using only a song title, what would it be? I'm not good on the spot like this.
I don't know song titles, so that's a tough one for me.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I can't think of one single song title at this moment.
Me neither. I don't know song titles at all. That's my, like you say, I'm good at singing. I don't know song titles. I don't know lyrics. That's not my thing.
You don't have
I
to
will
know any
drive
of
down
that
the
to be able
road
to
with
carry
no
a tune.
music on.
What a sad life.
Right? With nothing on the thing.
What's it? Oh shit! I know you're gonna like this one. What's a conspiracy theory you secretly believe? All of them.
I do. I believe all of them. I believe that there are aliens in the ocean. I believe that they're walking among us. I also believe in JFK's two-shooter theory. There's there's so many more that I could go to. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
I'm a very easily swayed person. If you give me enough evidence. I think that's why I'm so indecisive, because I really can see a lot of angles to a lot of different things. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for me to pick a side because I'm very easily convinced on everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear you.
So like, yeah, you give me a little bit of evidence. I'm like, hell yeah. Why wouldn't there be aliens in the ocean?
Yeah.
Checks out. Have you seen some of the fish that are swimming down there? Like that little angler fish.
We haven't identified.
Did you see that angler
What,
fish
like
that came up to
90%
the
of
light?
the ocean is
I know.
something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me that the Hollywood is making all these shows about all this stuff without any proof that it's possible. I believe that the government makes Hollywood movies to slowly tell us everything that's going on, so we're not like just mind blown when shit just happens. Right?
Checks out.
Maybe.
I like
just
it.
saying.
I like it. Who's the better cook in the house? We both suck.
That'd be me.
We both
We're very boring.
don't do it often. And when we do, it's not anything that's groundbreaking. Like I baked the most boring ass chicken last night because it was there. You know what I mean? I'm
That's
not
part
here
of it.
trying to make. We forgot to talk about something.
Oh, shit.
We went to a Michelin star restaurant in Switzerland. Let's talk about that experience, because it was the dumbest experience of my life, okay? And I know there are people out there that are like, Michelin star restaurants. Bitch, I was eating curry-flavored foam off a spoon this big. It was like, what in the world? They gave me raw meat, amuse-bouche, and I was like, the way I almost yacked a couple times,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
It's
We were there for 5 hours.
It is it's like we have 5, 7, 9 course meals or
We
whatever
had like
they
12
wanted to choose
courses.
from. I'm like,
We
dude,
all decided on a 4-course meal because we couldn't decide what we wanted because it all sounded kind of terrible. And they brought all of our courses along with like one in between that they just wanted us to have. So we were all full, but we were not satisfied even a little bit.
yeah.
The portions are like this big.
They're bite
Half
size.
of it
It's
was
one
raw.
Bite. It's one bite.
One of the courses was like a chicken skin, like a crisp, like a chip of chicken skin with chicken fat on top and like a freaking dandelion on top of that.
That
And
one was
then
tough. That one
poor
was
Lance,
tough.
I was like, Lance, eat this because
Yeah.
they're going to get mad at me if they come back and I didn't eat it. And so he's like eating all my chicken fat and skin. And it was just a very
was tough.
strange.
Because you are obviously at this nice restaurant, but you don't want to offend them by not
No.
eating the things.
And they drink the Kool-Aid. They're like, this is from our chef.
Our chef made this. And you're like, yeah.
Oh, and we're with Brandon, and the chef came out. He was a hot man. He was a hot chef. Brandon turns around, looks at this man and goes, "Yes, chef." And my face turned bright red immediately, and I could not look at him. I was laughing so hard. Lance is like, "You idiots have got me eating this shit, and now you're all being weird to the chef." And he was just like over it. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Every time we walked out of the kitchen, just following him.
It was the funniest thing in my whole entire life. Oh, another thing in Switzerland, their customer service is just very, very slow. Is it customer service? We'll go like sit at a restaurant and like the first thing they do is walk away and never come back. Not like, "Hey, can I get you anything to drink?" It's like they will come back 30 minutes later and be like, "You guys ready for a drink?" And we're like, "Yes."
Yeah, they're not trying to let you get drunk.
No. And then after our Michelin star restaurant, the waitress was just standing in front of our table, and we're just sitting there like waiting for the check, waiting for the check. She never comes over, waits on the check, and we're like, I think we're gonna have to ask her for the check, which is again not like a common thing in America. They are very quick.
Have to ask for everything.
You get your refills. Everyone's trying to give you drinks. Everyone's trying to whatever, and you have to literally ask for kind of everything. So we were just sitting there forever. I know she wanted to go home, but we had to ask for the check.
Yeah, we were just sitting there waiting.
We didn't leave there till like midnight. It was crazy. So yeah, that was an experience that we forgot to talk about. So they're not worth the hype, in my opinion. There was a person in the restaurant that was there by themselves, did the whole course situation. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, my death row meal of choice is fried chicken and cornbread, so maybe it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, and there was a lot of seafood and stuff in there too, so you struggle with that. There was a couple things that I enjoy.
There were like 2 things out of the 47 that I think I liked. Honestly, they put caviar on top of coconut ice cream, and you would think that sounds really, really gross, but I promise you it was the best thing that we've ever had. And I'm not really a caviar girly. Brandon is really big into caviar, and he's very like knowledgeable on it, so we did a lot of testing of that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I like it, but I don't know much about it.
I was surprised by that too. When they brought it out, I was like, this is going to be awful.
Yeah, but no, it's really good. Like the saltiness of the caviar is pretty good. And then I don't know, it brought out all the flavors.
It was interesting.
But yeah. Oh, we had fondue too, but not there. But fondue was a big deal. Places. And it was good. Apparently it's sheep cheese. You think they were messing with us?
I don't know.
Anyways, okay. Sorry. Back to, if you can instantly master one new skill, what would it be?
Farming.
You can go feed Lou right now.
That's not farming. That's just feeding animals.
What is farming to you?
Like tilling up the ground.
Oh.
Farming.
Get it.
But for food plots for deer season, which might be my thing this summer.
You want to know what we kind of dabbled with recently? Because it's about that time to like buy new chickens and stuff like that.
Is that it is?
We talked about, I don't know if I can do this or not, but buying meat chickens to actually like raise to like butcher ourselves. And yeah, but that seems a little scary and sad. I accidentally bought meat chickens one time, and I was like, oh my God, these chickens are getting so fat. They're eating all the other chicken food, and like my other chickens can't eat. Mm-hmm. And found out they were meat chickens, and they were supposed to be butchered in like the next week or 2. And I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We also talked about getting a couple cows for the same reason, just to like have it, just to do our own thing. So hell yeah, we'll see. We might be farmers next time you talk to us. If you had to get a tattoo today, what would it be and why? Lance wants more tattoos.
I do. I have a couple ideas to finish out my sleeve here. Yeah. So.
Listen, I'm in a spot where it's like, hey, should I get every single one of mine removed, or should I just go full force? I kind of had a little minty bee, just a slight one. And I was like, tattoos are the answer to all of this. So I have a lot now, and truth be told, in certain outfits, I really don't like them. So I'm like, damn, I need to get rid of them. So yeah, I don't know if I would get another tattoo or if I would, my stomach's growling, or if I would get rid of all of them and just be a normal person.
Something you're going to have to decide, I guess.
I know. See, he knows when I put on an outfit and I feel weird about my tattoos, so he'll even say, your tattoos look really cool. Just got to train your men right, ladies. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
What? Nothing. You got anything else you want to say?
I got nothing. We done?
You happy to be here?
I am. Kicked me out for multiple weeks.
Yeah, we got a couple comments that was like, Lance wants to be anywhere else but there. And I was like, listen, Daryl from Michigan. Do you know how many baseball games that I've sat through in the freaking rain, in the cold, in Minnesota, in the heat, in the ass crack of summertime?
Yeah.
He can sit on this couch for an hour and freaking razzle dazzle me. Okay? He loves being here. Look at that face.
Yeah. Last time I was going through some...
He's having an interpersonal crisis, okay?
I was. For sure then.
For sure then. For
Yeah.
sure. And sometimes it could be a little
I mean,
intimidating
it was-
having a camera in your face when you're feeling vulnerable,
Yeah.
okay?
Or just pissed off.
Or mad.
Yeah,
any feeling
I just
at all.
wanted to go grab my axe and go out to the woods and cut trees down.
Yeah,
For hours.
Yeah. See, we're going through it over here. But now I feel like you're in a better mental headspace. You seem happier. You were very happy on vacation. Vacation Lance is a whole vibe.
I mean, we're heading down that path where that might be the rest of the life
Yeah.
that I live.
Again,
Go on living my life.
You're not going to be bored over here. That's all I got to say about that. It is, let's get real for like 2.5 seconds.
I'll give you 1 second.
You have been playing since you were 6,
Yeah.
and you've literally never stopped. Like, it's an identity at this point. So I feel like a lot of people, and there are a few guys going through similar things this year.
Mm-hmm.
A few guys have retired. Brandon Crawford retired this year after a 15-year
Yep. He's
long
same
career and all
age.
that stuff. Like, you're going to go through some shit. Everybody is going to go through some shit. You've been doing this forever, literally since you were a child. You don't know anything else. You've never had to be a real person. You've never had a vacation. You've never had a summer off,
Yep.
literally in your whole adult life. So
Yeah, it's been like clockwork too. So it's like
Yes.
you have this inner like, oh, you're missing something or you're late
yes,
for something, if that makes
Yes.
sense. So it's like realize. I think it's like until it's done though, you're gonna have that, if that
Yes.
makes sense. And I think for me, once I know something's done, I'll be. It's like, all right, that's done.
Put it in your little compartment.
Yeah, it's like, and then now we're in the
da-da-da-da-da.
present. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's like, and now we're in our present.
But is it fair to say that a lot of your self-worth and
Well, it's what you're known
feelings
as.
of being loved
It's
and
how
all
you-
that thing could be wrapped into baseball as well? It's
Yeah.
it's deep.
I mean, yeah, you spend your whole life like, well, so people don't realize when I started playing baseball, started playing sports, like that was like the only thing I was good at.
Yeah.
Didn't read real well, didn't talk real well. I had to go to speech classes. I had to do all that growing up. So like, but on sports courts and fields and all that, like I was good. Mm-hmm. And all the people that could read and write and do all that,
Yeah.
I fucked up.
And
So-
it became a coping mechanism for you in a lot of different
it
ways.
was like my way of having relevancy and feeling like I had purpose. Like you said, I had purpose. So, and then as time went on, but it was like my way, for me, it was my way to like, if I didn't have sports, I wasn't going to college.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have baseball, I wasn't like, I didn't have any, what other way I was going to make money
Yeah.
type thing. So it's like, it worked out obviously as anyone would dream it. Right. So now it's like, okay, you can still play at a high level. I'm good enough to keep playing. I'm good. And I still have the health to do it. So it's kind of like, now it's in that point where it's like, is it worth going because of everything that I've been able to accomplish? And when's the right time to be done?
Yeah.
or like, you know, or is it like what's worth, like we talked about earlier, what's worth going to play?
Yeah.
And you get to that point, though, you played so long, you put in all these things. It's like, hey, I have a value that I think I'm worth, and I know around the game that I am worth.
Yeah.
And just because, you know, I'm not just going to sell myself short either.
Yeah.
So it's like, would you rather go out on your own terms, or would you rather sell yourself short and be miserable? So it's like in a weird spot right now.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out what it is and figure out what's even out there. Teams still don't even know. Like literally we'll call and be like, hey, we don't know what we have. I'm like, dude, you've been in spring training for over a month. If you don't know what you have, you don't have shit. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Like it's
They're giving everybody the runaround.
And it's been,
seems.
for me, the things changed so much because when I first came up, like I won 18 games my first year in St. Louis. And I literally, that off season, there was WBC and I got invited to play for Team USA on the WBC team. And the Cardinals told me, hey, you don't even have a starting spot on this team. So I wouldn't go. And I was like, motherfucker, I just won 18 games and made an all-star team the year before. And I don't have a spot on your team, but I can play for America. Yeah. Like I was like, so like, but now guys are like given spots.
Yeah.
0 to 3 guys, you know, doesn't even have a full year in the big leagues. Well, he's one of our 5 starters. I was like, I won 18 games, 15 games, 15 games. And they're like, hey, you finally have a spot on our team because they gave me a contract.
Dang.
But before that, it was like, hey, you
kind of stay getting screwed over. That's kind of a trend in your whole career.
I think people know that I need to be pissed off a little bit to succeed, maybe, or they just like to be on my list. And you know, it's not good to be on my list.
There are very few people on your list, but when they're on the list, it's very hard to get off the list.
Yeah. No, you're on there. You're on there. You know who you are.
Has anyone ever gotten off of it?
No.
God. All right.
I can tolerate you, but
you're a very mature person.
Am I?
Yeah,
I think
you really
I'm a
are.
giant child.
You know what? I say that you are, but like, I'm sure Clubhouse Lance is a completely different person. I don't know this man when he's not with me, so it is not my responsibility.
Want to hold court in the clubhouse?
Yeah, I don't know what you do in there. It's none of my business. I don't want to know.
You see me go on my tangents. It's got a little bit of that.
Oh my God. That's why I don't need to know any more than I already do.
It makes it fun.
But for the most part, like...
Yeah, keep it loose.
I hate you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we done with this episode? I think we've caught everybody up on just about everything.
I don't know. I'm just getting going.
Oh, hell. This can't be hours long.
Oh.
You're going to lose the people.
I don't know.
Oh, you're doing another podcast with Jim the Cat Hayes. Are we allowed to talk about that? Mr. Lance That Hates Podcasts is just jumping on everybody's.
So
he just hates mine.
I do not hate yours. This is your podcast.
With Lance Lynn sometimes.
I'm here today. I'm maybe gone tomorrow.
Listen, I don't know who our next guest is, so.
Might be me again.
It might be Lance again.
The question is, I don't know if I'm a guest or if I'm part of the hosting committee. You know, I don't know what I am over here.
Listen, I don't know what I am either, okay? We're just here for a good time.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something weird. I don't know. Did you want to say something important?
Oh, I was going to.
I'm feeling, well, since you're not playing, I'm feeling oddly separated from everything.
Life?
In that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
That world?
Yeah. I don't feel a part of it anymore.
Well, when you're not playing, you're not a part of it.
No, I know that, but I'm saying.
That's why I keep telling you, like, when you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to be okay with that too.
Well, it's weird to have a podcast with baseball wives when you don't feel like a baseball wife. You know, does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah. So that's the difference. So, like for me, like people are going to be like, hey, if you're done, like, you want to come and give your expertise from playing 14 years in the major leagues.
And are you going to say yes or no?
I think it just depends on how it fits for me and us, really, if it works. Like for me, if I'm done, I'm not leaving home. I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing all that hoopla. But if like I can, Like Jim, I owe Jim a favor because he helped us out with the
Yeah.
So I was like, dang it. And he called it in.
You were the very first episode on his show.
Yeah. And then he's, so I don't know what that is going to entail, but looks like we're going to give it a go later this week.
Yeah.
See where it takes us.
Look at him. If your podcast career takes off before mine does, heads will roll.
I mean,
oh my
you
God.
know, maybe I'll do some TV stuff, you know, maybe
Oh,
I'll make it a thing.
I knew this was going to happen. Not me going to school to be on television and then
Your husband that can't even read or write is going to be on the TV. You're welcome.
That's so it's going to happen. That's so it's going to happen. I just know it.
I've got a face for television.
You do. You're a stunner.
Well, maybe I'll have to keep it manicured. Is that the new rule in the
Just don't
world?
shave it. By the way, oh my God, look at us. We keep talking. The Yankees. You don't have to shave your face to be a Yankee anymore.
Yeah, but no one knows what a well manicured facial hair is.
Exactly. They keep it so vague you can do whatever you want.
They can pretty much tell you, hey, if we don't like it, shave it.
Listen.
Is what they're going to get at.
Listen to me
That's
right
my
now.
guess. We'll see what the rules are. Is this well manicured? I don't think so.
I think it
but
is.
if I trim this up, I call that manicured. Right? I'm going a little woofy right now, but once you bring the line back down, then you're good to go.
Listen,
And that's called manicured.
Aaron Judge went on record and was like, if shaving your beard is a reason not to come here, then you don't need to come here. And he clearly doesn't remember Lance in 2017 when he had to shave his beard completely off. Because the way that I was jump scared every time I looked at that man and I was living with him, he'd turn the corner and I'd be like, who are you? Remember that?
Yeah.
You didn't even look like yourself. It was weird.
I
You looked
didn't-
like 10 years younger.
I didn't like
You looked
looking
like
at
an
myself in the
infant
mirror.
baby child, like a shaved baby seal.
Yeah. Mia hated it.
Everyone was like, you just didn't look like yourself. Okay. It was very strange. It was very odd.
Should I bring it back?
No, please. No, you don't have to do that anymore. But I feel like a lot of men have openly said, like, I don't want to play there. I don't want to shave my beard. And for a lot of people, that becomes an identity. Like that current Cubs player who is taking pictures with all the little Japanese kids because they're wearing a beard. That's a brand. Being hairy is your brand. Being a hairy asshole is your brand. So,
Yes.
just like being a tall drink of water that can hit a ball very far is his brand. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Gotcha.
Another thing I have to say, actually, is my son, Judge, is not named after you. Everyone thought that, and that's not the case. I don't know. Have we said that on this podcast before?
I don't think so. I don't think we've said that.
Well, when I gave birth, everyone started tagging Aaron Judge in my comments. And I was like, this is weird because he doesn't know me, but you have played with him before.
I have. And Aaron is
It was
a
giving
great
like
person,
single
by the
white
way.
female vibes. And I was like deleting his name out of my comment section. And I was like, no, you're not named after each other.
We didn't name him Aaron.
We didn't.
Aaron is awesome. We'll put that
Yeah.
out there.
Oh, yeah. Do I
Yeah.
sound like I'm talking shit about him? I'm
No,
not.
I don't think you have. But I just want everybody to know Aaron was
No.
a great teammate.
It would be great. You could take a picture with my Judge, and that would be super cool.
Yeah.
But
I actually have in my family tree, a Judge.
yes, Lance's
too,
sister
so-
looked in the family tree
Yeah. So it's
after we had Judge. We didn't name him because of that.
It's like they're, yeah.
But yeah, like in the 1800s, there was a Judge Lynn back in the day.
Yeah.
So-
And we know
He might be reincarnated.
We know he
might
wasn't
be the
holding
same
court.
guy.
and we know he wasn't holding court.
I don't know.
Not in this family. You usually don't hold court. You're just in court on the Lynn side.
I mean, I'm not far off on my side either.
No.
No, it's fine.
No.
We have such good personalities because of it all.
Right.
Could
It
you
really-
imagine?
It really molded us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Character.
Yeah. That's why I
Character
chose
building.
my major in college.
Yeah.
Criminal justice.
Yeah, sugar.
Trying to be one of the family members that don't go to jail. Maybe if
You've
you
done
learn the
well so
law, you
far.
won't break the law.
You've been to jail once.
Whoa. Since when?
Did you?
You can't find that anywhere.
Did you go to jail?
No, I didn't go to jail.
Oh, I was kidding. Anyways, that's it from us over here. So please, please, please like, subscribe, interact with Dymin and Rough. For the love of God, listen to these episodes, okay? Tell them you'll see you next Tuesday.
If you don't do it for her, do it for me. So she's happy.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday.